Ever wish you could just download knowledge straight to your brain?
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, we haven't quite cracked that code yet.
Right.
But mindful moments is the next best thing.
Okay.
We take must-read books, add a dash of AI magic, and boom, you get all those key insights in just 8 to 20 minutes.
Wow.
It's like brain food on the go.
I like it.
Today, we're diving into a question that has puzzled thinkers for centuries. What makes us human?
Ah, the age-old question.
Is it just that we're a bit smarter than our animal friends? Or is there a deeper, more radical difference?
Right.
Mortimer J. Adler tackles this head-on in his book, The Difference of Man and the Difference It Makes.
Yeah.
Now, Adler was a fascinating guy.
Yeah, he was.
Really championed making big ideas accessible to everyone.
Yeah, he did.
He really believed that philosophy, far from being some ivory tower pursuit, is essential for a free society. And in this book, he takes on a pretty audacious task.
Okay.
Challenging Darwin's theory of evolution.
Oh, wow. Challenging Darwin.
How do you even begin to do that?
Well, Adler argues that Darwin, brilliant as he was, might have missed a key piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
Because he assumed a fundamental continuity between humans and animals.
Okay.
You see, it's like he was looking for a smooth, gradual evolution, but what if the reality is more like a sudden leap, a radical break?
So are we talking a missing link or more like a missing chasm here?
Exactly. Adler insists we need both science and philosophy to truly understand ourselves.
Right.
Science provides the data, but philosophy helps us interpret it to ask those big why questions.
Okay, I'm intrigued. But how do we even begin to define this radical difference?
Well, Adler proposes this concept he calls radical difference in kind.
Okay.
It's the idea that humans possess certain qualities that are utterly absent in animals.
Okay.
No possibility of in-between. It's like, imagine a spectrum of colors.
Yeah.
And then suddenly there's this new color that exists on a whole other dimension, unlike anything we've ever seen before.
Wow, that's a powerful image.
Yeah.
So what is this new color that sets us apart?
Well, for Adler, a prime example is our capacity for abstract thought.
Okay.
We can ponder concepts like justice, infinity, the meaning of life.
Right.
Ideas that seem to lie beyond the grasp of even the most intelligent animals.
So it's not just that we're a bit smarter,
Yeah.
it's that we're thinking on an entirely different level.
Mm-hmm.
But is that really enough to declare a radical difference?
Well, it's a strong starting point.
Okay.
But Adler goes further.
Okay.
He points to language, specifically what he calls propositional language, as a defining feature of human uniqueness. Think about it. We can use language to argue, debate, craft intricate stories, even tell jokes.
Yeah.
Animals might communicate in complex ways,
All right.
but they don't seem to engage in this kind of nuanced symbolic expression.
That's fascinating. It's like we've unlocked this secret code that gives us access to a whole new realm of thought and communication. But what are the practical implications of this radical difference? Does it change how we should view ourselves and our place in the world?
Absolutely. Adler argues that this difference has profound implications for everything.
Okay.
From our understanding of rights to the potential impact of future technologies.
Okay, now you've really got my attention. Let's dive into those implications.
You see, if humans are truly radically different,
Right.
it kind of throws a wrench into a lot of traditional scientific approaches. Can we really rely on animal studies to understand human psychology or medicine if we're playing by entirely different rules?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
It's like trying to understand the flight of an eagle by studying a penguin.
Yeah,
They both have wings, but their fundamental nature is completely different.
exactly. Adler's ideas force us to really question our assumptions about what constitutes valid scientific evidence when it comes to human beings. And the implications don't stop there.
Where else does this lead us? You mentioned something about rights before.
Yeah, well, Adler argues that our capacity for abstract thought and moral reasoning is directly tied to the concept of natural rights. Because animals don't seem to grasp these concepts.
Yeah.
He suggests they don't possess rights in the same way humans do.
That's a pretty controversial stance.
Yeah.
It raises all sorts of questions about our responsibilities toward other species.
It certainly does.
Yeah.
And it challenges us to think critically about how we interact with the natural world. But let's not forget the philosophical earthquake this idea sets off.
Oh, yeah?
If humans are radically different,
Yeah.
does that change how we view free will,
Right.
morality,
Yeah.
even the meaning of life?
Mm.
Are we truly responsible for our actions in the same way if we're not just products of our biology and environment?
Yeah, it's like the ground is shifting beneath our feet. All those traditional philosophical questions
Right.
need to be re-examined
Yeah.
in light of this radical difference.
Precisely. And then there's the impact on religion.
Okay.
Many traditions have long held that humans are special, created in the image of God, or destined for some higher purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Adler's argument seems to resonate with that view.
But what about those who don't subscribe to those beliefs?
Right.
Does this just become a philosophical standoff?
Not necessarily. Even without a religious framework, Adler's emphasis on human uniqueness raises important ethical questions.
Okay.
If we're the only beings capable of conceptual thought, language, and self-awareness,
Right.
does that give us a special responsibility to act ethically toward one another and the planet?
So even if we disagree on the ultimate source of that difference, the implications for how we live our lives are undeniable.
Absolutely. Now, remember how we talked about technology blurring the lines?
Yeah.
This is where things get really interesting.
You mean the whole Turing test scenario?
Exactly.
What if machines become so advanced they can pass for human in conversation?
Exactly. Adler acknowledges that this possibility could force us to reconsider our definition of human.
Right.
If a machine can genuinely think conceptually, understand the meaning behind its words, maybe we'd have to redraw the boundaries.
It's both exhilarating and terrifying to imagine a future where the very concept of human is up for grabs.
Adler was ahead of his time in recognizing the potential of technology to challenge our deepest assumptions.
Right.
He didn't offer easy answers, but he gave us a framework for engaging with these complex questions. And remember, this debate is far from over. As our understanding of the brain and AI continues to evolve, we'll keep wrestling with these ideas.
It's a mental workout that's sure to keep us on our toes.
Yeah.
So where does this leave us? What are the key takeaways from our deep dive into Adler's work?
Well, he presented a powerful argument
Okay.
for a radical difference in kind between humans and animals, primarily based on our capacity for abstract thought and language. This difference has enormous implications for how we approach science, philosophy, ethics, and even our relationship with technology.
And he left us with a tantalizing question. If the lines between human and machine continue to blur, will we need to redefine what it means to be human?
It's a question that's sure to keep us pondering long after we finish this conversation. But that's the power of a book, like The Difference of Man and the Difference It Makes.
Yeah.
It challenges us, provokes us, and ultimately helps us better understand ourselves and our place in the world.
And that, my friends, is what Mindful Moments is all about.
Yeah, giving you those brain-boosting insights in a way that fits your busy life.
Yeah.
But to truly grasp the depth and complexity of Adler's arguments, we encourage you to check out the full book.
Yeah, we'll be sure to include a link in the show notes so you can grab a copy and embark on your own intellectual adventure.
Absolutely.
And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future Mindful Moments episodes.
Right.
We've got a whole library of thought-provoking books lined up.
We do.
Ready to be distilled into those bite-sized brain snacks you crave.
That's right. We're like your personal guides to the most fascinating corners of the intellectual universe.
And hey, if you're feeling generous, share this episode with a friend who loves a good mental challenge.
Yes.
Let's spark some lively conversations and keep those brain cells firing.
Spread the knowledge and help us create a world where everyone has access to those mind-expanding ideas.
That's it for our deep dive into the fascinating world of human uniqueness.
Keep questioning, keep learning, and keep those mindful moments going. Until next time.